Hey everybody, we are in day 345 in our Bible reading plan, running our way towards the end of the year. Nahum chapters 1 through 3. We're just going through book by book here in the minor prophets because they're short, not because they're less important. And Psalm 130, a great psalm, by the way, that complements our reading today. Nahum, a prophet that lived about 100 years after Jonah. The story has to do with Nineveh, but it comes about 100 years after the big revival that happened in Nineveh. Sadly, that revival didn't last. The people of Nineveh went back to sin, and God had been patient with them. And now this is a prophecy that will talk about their destruction. And indeed, the city of Nineveh was utterly destroyed. But interestingly, Nahum's name means comforter. And though the book sounds like it's a lot of judgment, he is a comforter to the people. And you'll see it's because the name is that God is a comforter, not Nahum per se. But I thought it was ironic, so I thought I'd bring that up. Not much else is known about Nahum, by the way. But here's the big idea in the book that he's written. It is impossible to appreciate God's goodness towards his people without understanding his anger against sin and his adversaries first. The goodness of God, we'll talk about it, and that's awesome. But sometimes we want to belittle the judgment of God and the anger of God at sin and injustice. And yet that is what makes his goodness so sweet, the fact that his mercy is available to us. So it's like the two sides of the coin. And so Nahum speaks strongly against the people of Nineveh throughout this little book. But boy, do you see God's goodness and his long suffering as well. And so this chapter 1 probably has the most highlightable verses, starting with verse 2. The Lord is a jealous and avenging God. And stop right there. Some of you are like, whoa, who is this God? Why is he jealous? Look, he's jealous for his people. This is the kind of God I want, the God who fights for me, who's jealous on my behalf. He's avenging and wrathful against evil. He takes vengeance on his adversaries, those who refuse to bow the knee to him. The Lord, look at this right away, verse 2 and then verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger. This is Nahum the comforter, right? He is slow to anger and great in power. In fact, he is so slow to anger, he gave them the repentance 100 years earlier. They just would and turn to him and stay turned. And so the Lord will by no means clear the guilty. So again, you see both sides of the Lord. I love this. I've written so many devotionals about this sentence. His way is in whirlwind and storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. If you're going through a difficult season right now, what a comfort to know that the clouds are the dust of his feet. He's so big and so mighty and so powerful that literally the clouds that we see, that we're so in awe of, man, he just walks on them like dust. And his ways in the whirlwind and storm. And so if you find yourself in those spaces today, rest assured. Listen, verse 7 is a great place to hang your hat. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knows, listen, this is our encouragement today. He knows those who take refuge in him. So question for you today. Are you finding your refuge in God? Have you turned to him for salvation? Do you know the Lord through his son, Jesus Christ, who both punishes sin and gives utter mercy through the death of this man, Jesus, on the cross? What do you think? Who do you think Jesus is? And have you surrendered your life? Is he Lord of your life? And if not, what are you waiting for, man? This is a God worth loving. He loves you so much. Love you, and I'll see you again tomorrow.